Tonight, Governor Enos sues for accountability as PDP local government chairmanship candidates kickstart electioneering. House of Assembly tasks Ministry of Health on training of health personnel to avert infant mortality, maternal morbidity. State government announces resumption dates for public and private schools in Akwa Ibom. Stakeholders in petroleum subsector call for total deregulation of petroleum downstream sector and government's determination of palm prices. Details in just a moment. Good evening and welcome to AKBC 45 News at 8. I'm Fort Udoken. Now the news in detail. The Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Omoina has flagged off PDP campaigns for the forthcoming local government elections with a charge on the candidates to strive for sterling records, exhibit humility, accountability, forthrightness when they emerge victorious at the polls. Governor who gave the chair Thursday at the Uyo Township Stadium also presented campaign flags to the candidates. Government House reporter Hutubi Makun has the details.
The governor, while congratulating the chairmanship candidates of the party, described them as ambassadors who, as symbols of the party, are expected to bring synergy, development and peace to the party. He said his administration, which ensures forthrightness, has given them a platform to serve without struggling. The number one citizen of the state, while acknowledging the PDP structures represented at the flag-off, appreciated the chairman, State Congress Coordinating Committee, Mr. Wem Okoko, and the PDP State Chairman, Mr. Nekanapan, past and present leaders for the work done so far in the party. He noted the show of strength that the party is capable of, wishing the PDP chairmanship candidate a smooth campaign, trusting the Almighty God to grant them victory.
It gives us very great pleasure, and I count it a privilege to stand here today to flag off a local government campaign today. Let me congratulate all of our candidates for the chairmanship election of our great party who have just presented with flags. You are also great ambassadors of the Arise agenda. Ambassadors who are the symbols of our party that has brought development, peace, security and good governance to our dear state and our people. So I charge you to go out there and campaign on the sterling record of accomplishments. Send your message of hope and our shared aspirations as elaborately contained in the Arise agenda.
The state deputy governor, Senator Kuniaranye, in a goodwill message mentioned that the governor has fulfilled his promises and for giving the women a good platform to serve in the party. As chairman and councillors, she assured the governor of the preparedness of Akwa Ibom women to sustain their support for the PDP during the local government elections.
And so, sir, we say, may God bless you, may God bless PDP for giving women, for giving us the position that we have, the platform that we have to excel. We will continue to serve our party and serve Akwa Ibom State. PDP!
On his part, State Chairman of the PDP, Mr. Nekanapan, commended the governor for proving to Akwa Ibom people that he was ready for governance, describing the party as disciplined as the peacefully produced candidates during primaries to serve and form support for his second term election.
Your Excellency, today Done well for Akwa Ibom State, and the party PDP is very proud of you. Your Excellency will continue to support you.
General Okoko is the chairman of the Congress Coordinating Committee. While setting the tone for the event, said the peaceful election of parties, chairman and councillors in the 369 wards and the 31 local government areas of the state was a testament to Governor Milo's reign as a man of peace.
We deeply appreciate you, Your Excellency. We appreciate the stakeholders. We appreciate the party chairman and his ESCO for giving us this opportunity.
Goodwill messages were also received from political leaders of the three senatorial districts in the state, including Senator Emmanuel Ibobisin, Senator Ifeanyi Bo, a senior advocate of Nigeria, Chief Sam, and former secretary to the Akwa Ibom State government, Obono Grace Ekong. Otobimokon, AKBC News.
Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has summoned the Commissioner for Health, Professor Augustine Umo, the Chairman Hospital Management Board, and the Chief Medical Superintendent of General Hospital Awa Ona local government area over the deplorable state of the hospital. The summon followed a matter of urgent public importance raised during plenary by the Chief Whip of the House, Chief Effiong Johnson, who represents Mbo State constituency. Legislative Affairs reporter Yoko Swa completes the story.
Chief Johnson expressed concern that the surroundings of the medical facility was not befitting of a place that caters for the healthcare needs of the people, despite being equipped by the state government.
The one I brought into the hospital, Mr. Speaker, the equipment in that hospital, I don't think any other hospital in this state have. But the environment of that hospital, in everything there, they are sick to fall sick more. Submissions are given to the chief medical officer of the hospital. The weeks after arrest. You see, 20 bars. Everywhere in the hospital for the eat. The hospital is just, but the staff, very important staff, they are working. But the chief medical officer should tell the law about them.
The Deputy Speaker of the House, Kofi Abasedidem, who represents Itu State constituency, and the Deputy House Leader, Otobongbo, who represents Nsedubium State constituency, contributed to the motion.
I am not here to talk about the importance to talk about why we should do the job program. I am here to advance the prayer that whoever that is in charge of that place should be summoned.
Speaker, and also joining in his great disappointment and dissatisfaction as to the management of critical infrastructure in the Akwa State. I think it's important for the government to know that the government is not responsible for everything. And they are not responsible for everything. There are people that are serving the responsibilities at different strata of the government. And if those people fail in their responsibility, it makes the government look bad. And it's not exactly the government will come and cutting grass in the hospital. It's not possible.
Handing down the summon as a resolution of the House, Speaker Udeme Otong said the House will not allow public health institutions funded by taxpayers' money to deteriorate.
So they now provide the Commissioner for Health to bring those people to appear before us and let's ask them why they cannot report for duties on time. They cannot be in their environment. Thank you very much.
Yoko Swa, AKBC News.
In a related development, Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has passed a resolution urging the Ministry of Health to organize training workshop and mentorship programs for traditional birth attendants to enable them update their practice. This is in an effort to reduce childbirth complications and maternal morbidity in the state. Yokoswa has the details.
The resolution was sequel to the adoption of recommendations of the report of the Moses Essien Trade House Committee on Health.
It is called for the internet to estimate the evolution of the measures. 1. The activities of the National Attendant falls under the Commission of the Public Health Development Agency. 2. That the National Attendant is an informal sector, hence the government is not obligated to join them in their routes. 3. Non-availability of private personnel at public welfare centers in various government areas, especially at night, encourages people to seek the services of personal care attendants. 4. High rate of maternal death have been linked to the use of personal care attendants. 6. The Ministry of Health routinely engages personal care attendants on the need to reflect child-based competitions in various health centers in their locality.
The report was deliberated on at the Committee of the Whole before the resolution of the House.
Those who never say aye, those against them, the aye has currently the report of the House Committee on Health is hereby adopted. And the clerk is hereby directed to communicate them in the appropriate process.
Uyoko Uswa, AKBC News.
Following the non-appearance of the management of Ibom Icon Hotel and Gulf Resort alongside the Commissioner for Tourism, the House Committee on Industry, Commerce and Tourism has rescheduled its investigative sitting for Monday, September 16 at 9 o'clock in the morning. Again, legislative Uyoko Uswa witnessed the circumstances leading to the rescheduling of the hearing. The report.
The investigative hearing of the committee is aimed at ascertaining how the Ibom Hotel and Golf Resort has seemed not to be profitable despite huge investments of government and change of its management. This led to the summon of the Commissioner for Tourism, Sir Charles Odo, and the management of the hotel. The Commissioner, however, appeared only with his permanent secretary and appealed to answer all the concerns of the committee, an action that was thoroughly rebuffed.
Mr. Chairman, I think the mandate of the committee was and the resolution from our commission was also straightforward. I think we should just adjourn and wait for when we are properly constituted. We have to see both the commission and the government. From our preliminary investigation, most of the people who were engaged by ICON are still working in the hotel. And what you know, we will answer to a question. So you have to appeal with them so that they can answer their own question, and they are coming with agreements they have with their hotel. So the question that you want to so we look at those departments in that hotel out of questions to answer as far as our investigation by the powers of the Constitution of Nigeria is concerned.
After members of the committee expressed their concerns, the Chief Whip of the House and Chairman of the committee, Chief Ifyong Johnson, noted that all invitees must heed the committee's summon.
The Committee of Commerce Tourism has invited the Honorable Commissioner Permanent Secretary and the management staff of the Gulf Hotel to appear 9 o'clock on Monday. That takes care of the invitation to anybody.
Uyoko Uswa, AKBC News.
We'll take a break here, and when we return, state government announces resumption dates for public and private schools in Akwa Ibom. And stakeholders in petroleum sub-sector call for total deregulation from downstream sector and government determination of pump prices. Details after the break. Stay with us.
The state has truly entered its golden era. It was then that we meet agriculture, the first letter of the stabilize our economy.
To ensure food security by bringing down commodity prices, the government launched a Back to Farm initiative and also acquiring hectares of rich fertile land across all the 31 local government areas for farming. The Arise Food Security Program was also launched to cater for the most vulnerable through the Bulk Purchase Agency.
We have also distributed seedlings and other inputs to farmers across the state.
To take agriculture to the next level, we've commenced the technology-driven Shanghai-type model farm. This will not only multiply harvest for all farmers, but also reduce the costs of operations by ensuring that nothing goes to waste.
Let's join hands in supporting this government as we build the future of our dear state together. Our RISE agenda is working.
You're still watching AKBC 45 News at 8. Now, the rest of the stories. The Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Education has announced that the resumption dates for the 2024-2025 academic session is Tuesday 7, 2024. Consequently, school activities are expected to commence immediately same day in order to complete the curriculum for the first term in the new academic year. In a release signed by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Mrs. Stella Adiapan, the ministry warns that government will not take it kindly with any private school that defies the official resumption dates to resume on an earlier date. It called on all public and private primary, secondary and tertiary schools in the state to note the resumption date and comply accordingly. The youth of Ikorepe in Ikonibom clan, Uyo local government area, have elected a new president to run their affairs. He is Mr. Itogowo, a total of 180 votes to defeat his opponent, Mr. Godwin Emerson, who polled 5 votes in an election conducted at Ikorepe Council Hall. The reports.
Speaking after the election, the village head-elect of Ikorepe, Michael Odet Ekanem, said that the election of the new youth president was necessitated by the vacuum created by the demise of the interim youth president, the late Dr. Dofia Moore. He charged the newly elected youth president to discharge his functions without fear of favor and work against palm fruit theft, parallel village meetings, cult practices, and collection of land rights by unauthorized persons.
Don't fear and pay for. Don't pay for, don't fear. You have the right as youth president. Let them forward. You know they will get it on. So from now on, you have the power. You know what I mean? Put on the youth president.
The new youth president of Ikorepe Yarikono, Mr. Ito Thompson, pledged to lead with the fear of God while soliciting the support of all indigents of Ikorepe Yarikono at home and in the diaspora to enable him and his team succeed. He expressed appreciation to God, the village council and the entire youth of the village for his emergence as the president.
Ini mayong asa nagisat. Kubang fena mo mfiang jang aron temmemi. Ku bogi ro yele kamme. Ku bogi ro yele temme. Ki bogi ro wanne. Bogi yari bian be yong. Kambo nda ye.
The election committee chairman, Mr. Okwet, said that his committee was mandated to conduct the election based on an existing zoning arrangement that gives the 4 hamlets in the village equal opportunity to produce youth presidents. He explained that Adahokana and Adabasat hamlets had before now produced youth presidents, with the Kodinwan and Ikpa hamlet remaining to take their turn. He thanked the village council for giving him the opportunity to conduct the election and congratulated the new youth president, Mr. Itowewede Thompson, from Ikpa hamlet on his victory at the polls. The Kanibom Youth President, Comrade Anieto Bot, who witnessed the election, commended the Kodekbeyak youths for the peaceful conduct of the election and urged all interested parties in the election to close ranks and work with the elected president. Comrade Obot advised the new youth president to see his election as a call to service, urging him to respect instituted authorities to enhance the peace and security of the area.
So because of the position free may come together in their own offense. Make sure you reach out to everybody.
The United States Agency for International Development, USAID, state-to-state quarterly conflict mitigation and prevention held in Akwa Ibom State has advocated more sensitization at the grassroots against violence during the upcoming local government elections. The dialogue held in Uyo reviewed progress on the implementation of the action plans from third quarter dialogue during the technical session. Yours truly was there.
The state team lead of USAID State to State, Mr. Belvo Pagonabel, at the opening of the event said Akwa Ibom is at the critical stage of election, which is of serious concern to many. He said State to State will continue to build synergy on dialogue for conflict prevention and mitigation in the state. According to him, the recent approval of local government autonomy has re-engineered hope and expectation of the people, and as such, there was need for stakeholders to ensure peace is maintained during and after the elections. The state-to-state conflict specialist, Mr. Cosmos Dini, in the technical session, led participants in a review of conflict issues identified in the first, second, and third quarter of the year and their impacts on the peace and stability of the state. The session noted that most elections are held at primary school premises, and the resultant effects are that school facilities and properties are often destroyed. The chairman of Akwa Ibom State Independent Electoral Commission, AKBC, Mr. Nedi Ikoiwak, represented by one of the commissioners in the commission, Mr. Nyaikop Umana, who briefed the participants on the preparations, said AKBC was ready to conduct a free, fair, and transparent local government elections come October this year. He said the commission was ready to conduct election in 4,553 polling units in Akwa Ibom State and advocated for politics without violence. AKBC News.
The federal government, through the Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, has commenced the distribution of auto gas conversion kits to states. The kits were loaded from NIPCO warehouse in Ibafo along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway to various states. It was gathered that government had earlier approved the rollout of compressed natural gas for vehicles at 230 naira per litre. The initiative, which is aimed at providing cheaper and cleaner alternative to petrol as prices keep increasing, was launched under President Tinubu's directive to reduce financial burdens on Nigerians. Reports has it that The introduction of compressed natural gas as a fuel source aligns with government's drive towards energy diversification and designed to bring immediate relief to Nigerians, especially those who depend on transport for their livelihood. The committee is targeting the conversion of 1 million vehicles through the distribution of compressed natural gas to commercial vehicles involved in transporting people, food and goods in line with President Tinubu's directive. It is also gathered that the distribution of these kits will be carried out in collaboration with key partners to ensure nationwide accessibility. One of the engineers, Mr. Moses Onate, disclosed that trucks loaded with conversion kits had already departed the warehouse of Abuja to Kaduna and other states. He urged Nigerians to take full advantage of the initiative to ease their financial burdens on petroleum products. The Federal Ministry of Education, in collaboration with the UKFCD funded Partnership for Learning Artificial Intelligence in Nigeria, has introduced a centralized e-learning platform to revolutionize teaching and learning in Nigeria. At noon in Abuja during a 2-day stakeholders workshop with the Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mamman, aimed at showcasing the platform for public use. Professor Mamman, who was represented by Mr. Benga Odewale of the ministry, noted that the platform called e-learning would provide access to high quality educational resources, including alternative exercises, videos and texts for learning and teachers for basic schools to tertiary institutions, as well as complements professional training for teachers, provide learning based content and promote digital inclusion and accessibility. He emphasized government's commitment to technology integration in education, as well as create positive impact on teaching and learning, thus providing equal access to quality educational resources for all states. Petroleum marketers, refiners and depot owners in Nigeria have called for full deregulation for the downstream oil sector, seeking to end government price control due to subsidies. The major Energy Marketers Association of Nigeria, in collaboration with the Depot and Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Crude Oil Refiners Association of Nigeria, African Refiners and Distributors Association, and Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria disclosed this during a webinar yesterday. The meeting, theme Optimizing the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industry, brought together key stakeholders from various sectors of the oil and gas industry to discuss challenges, opportunities and strategic initiatives for enhancing this sector's efficiency and sustainability. The stakeholders call for freedom for marketers to purchase crude oil from local and international sources, and for refineries to enter into processing agreements with retail companies. They also made a case for the establishment of a new committee structure in the petroleum sector, inspired by the Bankers Committee in Nigeria, with emphasis on supporting local content to decrease dependency on petroleum resources. On that note, we'll end the news tonight, but just before we go, a quick look at the recap. The Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino has flagged off the PDP campaigns for the forthcoming local government elections, with a charge on the candidates to strive for sterling records, exhibit humility, accountability, and forthrightness when they emerge victorious at the polls. The governor, who gave the charge Thursday at the Yo Township Stadium, also presented campaign flags to the candidates. We also brought you a story that Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has passed a resolution urging the Ministry of Health to organize trainings, workshops, and mentorship programs for traditional birth attendants to enable them update their practice. This is in an effort to reduce childbirth complications, and maternal morbidity in the state. And that's the news. Thanks for staying with us. I am Ufot Udokan saying good night.